What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? It's your boy Julian Stoutt, licensed personal trainer, licensed PE teacher, world record powerlifter, here to take the fear out of fitness. We are about to take off, and class is in session. A little off-centered there. Okay. There we go. That's a lot better. Yeah, we're straight now. So, welcome to the show. It's your boy Julian Stoutt. I'm a licensed personal trainer, licensed PE teacher, world record powerlifter, here to help you guys understand how to take the fear out of fitness. So, my update on my NMN uptake for those of y'all who are following the show on a regular basis. I have to say that on a scale of 1 to 10, I feel a massive improvement in my capabilities in terms of my energy and my sustainability to do things for a longer period of time. Just in the week that I've been taking it, minus today, I'll be taking it after the show. But I have been sleeping better. Even if I don't get enough sleep, the quality of my sleep actually has been better. When I get up, I get up. I'm not dragging. I'm not like dragging all throughout the day, but I would have to say I do feel a little bit more pep in my step, so to speak, right? But outside of that, this is my first week back to work. And, well, we're in the middle of the week, but this is my first week back to work. And I have to say that I see a noticeable difference in how I feel, even at work. All right. And like I asked, after reading the study on air for you guys, I'm going to ask you one more time, why haven't you gotten this yet? Based on the studies, based on the results of the studies, I honestly do feel that this is a quality product. So I would suggest that you do go in and get that. I'm sitting here messing around, adjusting things around on my screen so that way I can definitely see what's going on. There we go. So with that being said, you see the title in the thumbnail. First of all, well, second of all, now we are 11. Stoutt Fitness as a business, as an organization, as a fitness entity is now 11 years old officially as of today. I did actually start making the moves for the business late in the year, so basically close to December actually, but the actual fruition of my effort to create this business, to start this business, to start this thing, this experiment that is Stoutt Fitness, actually began today, 11 years ago. 2015, April 1st, 2015 was the day that I opened my business. So, with that being said, thank you everyone along the way who has gotten me to this point, to all the clients that I've amassed over those 11 years, actually even beyond those 11 years, because technically speaking, a lot of my clients followed me to where I started training. Thank you to my family and my friends who not only either patronized my business, but they also gave me the support and love that I personally needed to get to this point. Now, we are in a period of transition here in regards to the business, because I am in this new economy, how things are going, that we have to make moves to be ever present in the fitness community, and I intend to continue to do that. My workouts have been going pretty good. I have lost significant amount of strength and endurance, muscular endurance, but that's going to come over time as long as I remain consistent. Today is my day off as far as working out. I will be back at it tomorrow, so I am excited to continue to show you my progress. But the other title in the thumbnail is, why doesn't rock bottom inspire change, right? And rock bottom, typically, you would think that when somebody falls flat on their face, hard as all get out, nose broken, teeth missing or chipped, chin busted, you would think that somebody would go, you know, maybe I don't need to keep doing this. This is absolutely terrible. I don't like how this feels. I don't like how I feel. And I don't like how I look now that I've destroyed my teeth and destroyed my face. I need to do something different. Now, I have personally dealt with these types of struggles from a first hand and on a second hand, in watching people struggle with things that to many other people seems obvious on what needs to be done in order to not struggle, right? But when you are not rooted completely in the psychological realm, because everything you do is all about physical, there is a lot of psychology when it comes to physicality, but a lot of people do not particularly embrace the mental parts of the physical game, right? And I'm not one of those people who do not, but there are a lot of dynamics that I have not truly delved into in order to come out to the other side, so that way I can say that I understand, right? Give me 1 second. Okay. So, with that being said, I looked deeper into things And I started to ask the question, why does it rock bottom inspire people to change? Why is it that you weigh 400 pounds? You're diabetic. You suffered a stroke. You had a heart attack. You have incurred cancer. You have been injured in ways that doesn't make sense, right? Why haven't you gone out of your way to change? What's the barrier? Why is your head banging against the same brick every time? And it never made sense to me. And to be honest with you, there are people who probably look at me the same way. And I'm going to tell you one of the ways, because in teaching, one of my biggest problems is that I have a problem asking for help. As a matter of fact, in my meeting with my department chair, he brought up, we've been talking about this from the very beginning, and you still haven't made the moves to change. Well, the truth is I have made change, because maybe about 3 weeks ago, I did ask for help. And I did get some help. I didn't get as much help as I would like, but I did get help. And there's a strange part of you, and we'll get into those aspects in a minute, but there's a strange part of you that when you don't get the help you expect, you tend to go, why bother? I'll just do it myself. But if you really are grateful, if you are truly grateful for the help that you're receiving, you would recognize, and I'm speaking not only to you, but I'm also speaking to myself, or I spoke to myself to make me realize this, that if you're truly grateful for the help that you received, even if it was one thing, even if it was one paper, even if it was one session, whether it was one accompaniment in your music, whether it was one scene in a movie that somebody helped you read, they didn't have to help you read it. They didn't have to help you at all. So guess what? The help that you got was at least a little bit less weight on your shoulders, no matter how heavy the load was. That little bit that they lifted off of you got you to where you got to. And I really did tell myself this. And it's a part of the growth, it's a part of the transitioning that I've made in order to get to 2% better than I was a month and a half ago. I was at a flat out 0 when it comes to this. Asking for help, 0. I don't ask for help. I don't. For every 10 problems I have, I usually ask for help maybe once. So for those of y'all who have heard me ask you for help, just know there was 10 other problems that you could have probably helped me with that I never asked you. There's 9 other problems that I could have came to you with that I never asked you. Not because for any particular reason, but it's not personal. It's not personal, like I don't like you and I'm not getting advice from you, or I hate your guts and no, F you, screw you, and I'm not. No, it's nothing like that. What it is partly because I know me. And sometimes I do things the way I want to do it. And if I'm asking somebody for help, guess what that entails? Releasing control over the thing that I am in control of. Right? Which means somebody else is in control of something that I need to be in control of. Is that a toxic trait? Possibly. I am actually acknowledging it, so therefore I am actually trying to fix it. So give me some grace, right? But it doesn't make sense when when you hit grave milestones, milestones that put you 1 foot closer to the grave, it's something in me that makes me not want to go there. I personally don't want to die. Okay? I will if I have to. Ooh, but I will if I have to. Right? For those of y'all who are friends of Jennifer Lewis. But in all seriousness, I don't want to die. If it's my time, it's my time. But I'm not gonna go walking gracefully into death. It's not gonna be pretty for me. Just so you know. All right? But with that being said, if the doctor's telling me you need to, I ain't gonna lie to you. If the doctor told me I need to stop eating bacon in order not to die, I will cry 1,000 tears. Okay? Just being real with you. If the doctor told me that I cannot occasionally eat sweets, I would be thoroughly sad. I don't eat sweets like, every thing I'm shoveling in my mouth is cake, ice cream, sugar, soda, things like that. I'm not that person. However, I want to indulge for my life when I want to. And when I want to may not be very often, but when it's time, I want to. And if you're telling me, eat one more slice of cheesecake, Julian, and you're going to die, that's going to be a rough one because I don't eat my cheesecake very often. I only eat cheesecake once a year. As a matter of fact, technically, I'm a year overdue because I didn't even make one last year. But when I want my cheesecake, I want my cheesecake. So it plays in the same realm, but I would definitely avoid it at all costs. So one of the things that I learned about why people hit rock bottom and don't inspire to change is because, number one, learned helplessness, right? When you failed and you failed and you failed and you failed, it tends to be very traumatic. Okay? It is traumatic. You failed. And not only did you fail, you failed epically in front of the world, in front of people you know, like, and love. You failed. To quote Peyton Manning, get your head out of your ass, you suck. Right? But you tend to feel like you have no control. When the truth is, you have all of the control. You have it all. You are in control of the entire thing. It is your decision that you are making. You are deciding to eat those extra 100 calories. You are deciding to add that extra pinch of salt. You are deciding to crack open that soda. You are deciding to eat that fat burger, to fry your chicken all the time, to put an ass ton of butter in your grits. You're doing that. Nobody's doing that to you. It's not like somebody's putting the plate in front of you making you eat. Or you throw a hissy fit the minute you hear the word no, making everybody's life miserable around you because you didn't get what you wanted. Now, where am I pulling this out from? I've watched My 600 Pound Life. I've watched that show intermittently from time to time, and it breaks me to no end when I see family members enabling that person who is laying there, does not move at all. Really can't even get up to use the bathroom. Their legs will snap. But yet, you still shovel pizza in their mouths. You still buy 3 liters of soda. Daily, mind you. You still go get the donuts. You still go get the Snickers. You still go get the candy. You still go get the potato chips. You still go get the $5 footlong. Longs, because it's never usually one. You also have learned helplessness being the enabler. It's your wife. You want some nookie. I get it. You don't want to make them mad, male or female. You love them, but you don't want to deal with the fallout that comes with the word no. But guess what? If that no gives them life for one more day, would you rather that or give in to what they want and they die early? My family and friends knows the answer that I'm going to give. And this is not hyperbole. I'm not faking the funk. I'll leave you to it. I'd leave you to it. But I am not going to enable you like that. Sure, will we go out to eat and this, that, the other? Of course. Specifically for anniversaries and things like that. I will celebrate with anyone, everywhere, anytime as necessary, right? However, you turn around and you tell me that you're trying to stop drinking soda and you ask me to go get you a Coke, guess what I'm going to tell you? I'm not contributing to the delinquency of someone who is either obese or is ill. I'm not contributing to it. You go buy it. Not buying it for you. Not even with your own money. Nope. Not gonna go get it. You could go get it. Enjoy the walk. You want a $6 bacon double cheeseburger? Not on my watch. Knowing full well that damn thing is about 900 calories off rip. And I know in 3 hours you're going to tell me you're hungry? Hell no, we ain't doing that. We're not. So the learned helplessness portion of that, and yes, I get the blowback. I've gotten the red eyes darted at me, not just from wife, but from other people in my life as well. That I've turned around and said, I'm not contributing to your delinquency. Nope. Sorry. Hate it for you. But am I doing it to be an asshole? No. I'm doing it because I want to see them one more day. Whatever decision that they make, that's on them. But if I am a part of that decision, I am not going to put myself in that emotional state where I'm going to lose you one day faster. So that learned helplessness, you are in control. You, only you. Now, if you feel this learned helplessness, that you feel like, what's the point? I'm going to fail anyway. Hold on a second. Oh boy. Anyway, this learned helplessness, yes. The if I ain't shit, then why should I try mentality, where does that get you? Where at the end of the day does that lead you? To end up still being ain't shit, right? If not, if ain't, if it is what it is, then it will be what it always will be, if that's the way you think. But the minute you change the way you think, stop saying you suck. Stop saying, if I ain't shit, then why should I try? Stop saying, if I'm this bad, I'm always going to be this bad. Why should I try? Why should I even bother? I'm always going to be blank. I'm always going to be fat. I'm always going to be sick. I'm always going to be lazy. I'm always going to be a drunk. I'm always going to be an addict. I'm always, no, stop. Are you going to be perfect at it? No. You're not going to be perfect at it. Shit, I'm not perfect at it. I've been injured. My injuries have set me back. Surgery set me back. Anger management set me back. Okay? But what did I do afterwards is the question that we should all be aspiring to. What is the thing that I did that you didn't do? I got up and I went back in. Does it hurt to fail? Yes. Working out is the ultimate mind screw. And I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. Because no matter how successful you are, your job is to fail. You think me deadlifting 405 pounds, 402 pounds and a half, but I've lifted more. I've lifted as much as 430 pounds. You don't think I failed from point A to point B? Even if I went for reps, guess what? By the time I got to rep number 4, I'm done. Rep 5, finished. Rep 6, finished. Rep 10, finished. Rep 12, finished. Rep 20, finished. And I don't mean finish as in I completed the task. I mean I failed. Every single time you lace them up, you're going to fail. Think about baseball, right? Baseball, the best hitter ever missed 60% of the time. Did not get on base 60% of the time. The greatest hitters get on base 30 to 37 to 38% of the time. What if they thought like you? Michael Jordan, 49% of his shots he made, which means 51% of the shots he missed them. Where would he be if he thought like you? Let me see something. Tom Brady. Statistics. Let's click on that. Let's see. Tom Brady completed 64% of his passes. Total. His best year as a quarterback was 2007. Ironically, when we beat them and they went 16-0, he completed 68% of his passes. If we were to go by, let's go like this. If we were to go by education standards, Tom Brady failed because 65 is passing in most states, right? So his first year where he actually played, he failed. So let me count how many years Tom Brady would have, based on his successful completion percentage, would he have passed at a educational level? 1, 2, and these are barely, some of them are, they passed, and some of them, they barely passed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So Tom Brady played for 22 years. And he only would have been a passing student 10 out of those 22 years, which means he failed more than he was successful. And then to caveat it further, his best year as a quarterback in terms of percentage completion was the year he lost the Super Bowl, the ultimate fail. Now, I'm not throwing dirt in the eyes of my Patriot counterparts, but I mean, you get the dirt all the time. But threw 50 touchdowns that year. Okay? What you don't understand is that even in his success, he still failed. And yet he's considered what? The GOAT. The man threw 89,000 yards. And that's only counting the ones he was successful with. The man actually has 1,000 yards rushing over 22 years. Lamar Jackson did that in a season. Is he the GOAT? No. How many rings does Tom Brady have, y'all? 7. You think all of that failure was for nothing? He got a ring 7 times in 22 tries. 7 rings in 22 tries. Yet no person nor franchise has more than him. Well, technically Bill Belichick does, but we're talking about players. Nobody. So this learned helplessness, I'm giving you a prime example, several prime examples on why learned helplessness is preventing you from becoming successful. Because all the years I failed led me to the point where I was strong enough to overcome a 6-year standing record. The record stood for 6 years. Nobody touched it. Nobody breathed on it. Nobody laid eyes on it. It was not to be touched. I've had that record now for over 7 years. Actually, we are 9 years now. Is somebody eventually going to break it? I'm sure, of course. I don't doubt it. But my failures would not have gotten me to the point where I can say I held. As a matter of fact, the worst part is the record only stood for 3 years because I broke it again. I broke my own records. But after my last time, it has been 5 years since I last broke it. 5 years. Actually, it was 4 years. I broke it. Then 4 years later, I broke it again. And now it's been 5 years since I last broke it. 9 years. That record has been under my possession. It could go at any time, mind you. Threat rigidity effect. So threat rigidity effect is under severe stress, you become mentally rigid and stick to what works for you, right? So when your life is not going the way you want it to, when you feel some sort of stress, you tend to do what you tend to do. This is part of the reason why addicts can't get over the hump, because anytime that they experience a hardship in life, they end up going back to what felt comfortable. Even if it's killing them, they go back to what feels comfortable. So, not to, I'm genuinely not kicking him while he's down, but this goes into Tiger Woods. Respect to him. He recently got caught up with another DUI, flipped his car again. And some of you out there in social media land have no empathy whatsoever. Now, don't get me wrong. If this DUI was him just simply drinking alcohol, just for the effect of it, and consuming things just for the foolishness of it all, then I would be in the camp of throw the book at him. But Tiger Woods has had several back surgeries, and in the consequence of his DUIs, he almost lost his leg. If you ever seen Tiger Woods' leg since that accident, he almost lost his leg completely. And if you see Tiger Woods' leg after that accident, you're wondering, how is this man walking? I have a dislocated wrist, and let me tell you, Lifting hurts. I can't imagine playing golf on it. On my foot, on my knees, on my leg, on my back. I cannot imagine the intense amount of pain that man could be possibly under. And when you are under such stress, you go back to what's familiar. You start taking that hydrocodone, that Oxycontin, and all that other stuff to feel better. Now, granted, why doesn't he get a driver? No pun intended. Yes, he's loaded. Why doesn't he get a driver? But when you are your own person and you are still a celebrity, but you're your own person, there are certain aspects of life where there's a joy in it. And for instance, if you're rich, I'm not rich, but if you're rich and you get a car, you tend to want to be able to enjoy those things. You want to drive your cars. However many cars you got, get in it, drive it, bring it back. You don't want to be calling, waiting on the whim of somebody to get you from point A to point B, especially if you have the mindset of Tiger Woods, where you got to be there earlier than everybody else, and you got to stay there longer than everybody else, and you still got to do what it is that you do on a regular basis. This is where the empathy comes in. And I'm not giving this empathy because it's Tiger Woods, literally. I'm not going to gain anything from it. I'm not. I don't know the dude. But when you're saying throw him in jail, he could have killed somebody, I agree, he could have killed somebody because he rolled his car again. This is the second time he's rolled his vehicle. And Tiger Woods is my age. We ain't young no more. Not like that. We're still very capable, but we're not young anymore. So I empathize with him from that standpoint. But this rigidity, when you perceive a threat, when you perceive a threat and you go back to what's comfortable, that's human nature. You're fighting against yourself. And like my mom used to always say, 10,000 hand claps equals one aw shit. So you could be the greatest of all time 10,000 times, but if you mess up once, that's it. Is that fair? No. Is that life? Yes. The other thing that I learned from this is ego depletion. So getting beat down all the time, being told you suck, being told you ain't shit, being told you're terrible, you're a horrible human being, that depletes the ego. And you do not have any type of willpower left over to hold on to stop you from making things worse. How many of you out there, let's be honest, how many of you out there have went on a diet, been on this diet for approximately about 3 solid weeks, messed up and didn't eat breakfast one day, went to McDonald's, had the fixings, the whole entire thing. Burger, fries, Coke. And only to then abandon the entire diet because of that one mess up. Now, as a personal trainer, what I would have told you was, hey, you've been on this for 21 straight days. You had a bad day. So the hell what? Get back on the horse and let's get back to work. I don't want to hear no nonsense about I can't do this anymore. Yes, you can. You did it for 3 weeks. Oh, so because you ate 1,500 calories during your lunch break after missing a whole 500 calories or 600 calories for breakfast, you ready to throw the whole thing out. Whereas if I actually calculated out what you actually ingested, you ingested 1,500 calories. Your dinner would have added on, what, another 300 to 400 if you planned your meals correctly? So guess what? You're at 1,900 calories, which based on certain proclivities, I'm just going to dumb it down for you. You were supposed to be at 1,600 calories. So you went over by 300 calories and you're ready to call it in? Serious? 300 calories, you ready to call it in? My workouts are 750 calories minimum in burn if you do it all. You're still up 700. You're still up 450 calories. Why are you crying? Because I failed and I suck and I'm so tired. I don't have no energy to fight this anymore. I can't do it. I'm done. But you can, because you did it. Notice what I just did. You can because you did it. Some of you have lost 80, 90, 100 pounds. And all of a sudden, I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. Because you gained 30 back. You lost 90. You gained 30. You ready to knock out the other 60 just because you gained 30 back? Come on, man. Be for real. You lost 90, gained 30. Fuck it. Do you see how asinine that sounds? Now that I'm painting the picture a little bit different for you, now you're starting to see how silly you sound. Aren't you? You are about to crash out over 300 extra calories plus 30 pounds. Some of you have been through a lot. Some of you have been through divorce, death of a family member, personal tragedies, devastating tragedies. You're still alive, aren't you? You're still alive. And please, for the love of God, I'm not suggesting that you shouldn't be. What I'm pointing out to you is you have the strength in you. You're just not channeling it correctly. It's in you. It's always in you. It's always been in you. You have the strength. You just are hiding it in a place where you don't even know it exists. I've had clients go through some things. And because they went through some things, they didn't completely fall off. But what they also didn't do was they weren't giving their best effort. When in truth, they were. It's understandable. That you lost a loved one to violence. It's understandable if you lost your loved one to a disease. It's understandable if you lose a loved one to their own stupidity. And I don't mean they don't exist either. I'm just trying to keep it PG here, right? But those losses hurt. And sometimes you got to lay down. Like I told you, I was off for 3 months. No activity, no training, no nothing. Because my elbows hurt that bad. That bad. Excruciating. Okay? Excuse me. But all the while that was happening, I was like, I'm ready to go back. I can't wait to go back. When I get back, I'm going to kill it. I'm going to let y'all in on a little secret. Right now, I can only bench press 115 pounds 20 times. You heard me? 115 pounds 20 times. A significant amount of my strength is gone. You think I'm gonna stop? You think I'm gonna let that stop me? It hurts it bruises the ego. Trust and believe me when I tell you. It is ego breaking. But all in all, even within that breaking of the ego, still determined to get it back. Still determined to be the best version of me that I can possibly be. Still determined to be successful in every aspect of my physicality. In other words, there is no ego. That's gone. This is who I am now. "36 years of hard work is not going to die off simply because my wife left me. My wife didn't leave me, by the way. But I've been there. "36 years of success is not going to leave because personal tragedies left, right, and center. It's not going to happen. I will literally have to lack complete physical capability for it to stop. And even then, I'm still going to try to find a way for it not to stop. So that ego depletion, trust me when I'm telling you these particulars of why these things don't change you, I'm not telling you they're not real. They didn't happen. Or like as if it doesn't make your feelings are valid. Your feelings are valid. But at the same time, they're merely illusions. You just don't know it yet. Yes, you lost 300 pounds. Now you got into a massive car accident and you shattered your leg. It's hard to even get up out of the bed. It is hard for you to even step step into and out of the shower. Shoot, you might have even gained another 40 pounds after being so successful for so long. You gained 40 pounds because of the lack of movement, which makes it worse. But you lost 100 pounds, which means you're still 60 pounds from what you used to be. Start there. Recognize that that's where you are. But at the same time, never be satisfied with the results, because there is still room to grow. Still room to grow. Some of you are just merely afraid to change. Fear of the unknown. What's going to happen if I lose all this weight? Are girls going to find me attractive? Are men going to find me attractive? What if I'm top heavy and I'm no longer top heavy when I lose all this weight? What if I lose my booty? What if I lose my thighs? Well, guess what? Bad news for you. If you got tubes shoving all into you, you're going to lose it anyway. So what does that matter? And really, is your body all that you are? Is truthfully your attractiveness merely physical? That you lack that much depth in who you are that you cannot find somebody that is attracted to you because you are you? Let's be real. I'm not saying that the perks aren't nice. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, some of you rest on the laurels of things that aren't really real. Who knows? You might look even better in shape than you would be not. Who knows? Sometimes, yes, some people don't look good skinny. That's the God's honest truth. But wouldn't you rather be healthy, knowing that you can do more with yourself, for yourself, and with others who appreciate who you are, regardless of whether or not you look so-called good in your new body? Don't you like your new life? Don't you like the new life of you being healthy and in shape? Don't you like the new life that you can get up and do what you want when you want? Don't you like the new life of not being on medication? Don't you like the life of seeing another day pass tomorrow and not having the threat of death looming over you merely because of your comorbidities? Now, everybody has the threat of death looming over them at all times. However, you're wearing your death costume. You're wearing your death uniform in such that is obesity. I didn't say being large. I said obesity. Okay? Stress response. So with stress response, you have your brain is in survival mode and you're not looking at growth. You're looking at surviving. That's all you're thinking about is survive. Sometimes that might be a good thing. Sometimes your desperation to survive might actually genuinely push you to be inspired to change. But in some people's cases, that very same mechanism forces you to regress as opposed to progress. This is when you have to plead to the appealing of one's greed. Your change is highly dependent on your survival. Your need for change is dependent highly on your survival. If you don't change, you're going to die. ASAP, Rocky, Ferg. One of the things from a personal standpoint that honestly drives me up a wall, if you have not caught wind of it already, is watching people you know, like, and love go through this struggle. It is what it is. For those of you who watched, I sincerely hope that you heeded my deciphering of these reasons why rock bottom doesn't inspire change. And for those of y'all who wonder with the thumbnail, if you don't know The Rock's, one of The Rock's finishing moves is called the rock bottom, which is why the picture's there. Him and Stone Cold is in the picture, and I chose it for that reason. But everybody has their breaking point. It's not about whether you broke. Everybody breaks. It's whether you can gather all the pieces and make something of it, so that way you can be as whole as one can be. So let me land this plane. If you, some people say that you don't hit rock bottom, you won't change until you hit rock bottom. I disagree, because I've seen it with my own two eyes. People hit rock bottom and they still chose not to change. Some of you out there waits for the person you know, like, and love to fall on their face, bust their nose, bust their lip, crack some teeth, and smash their chin, hoping that that would be the day that they realize how stupid they've been. Well, I've just demonstrated to you why that may not be the case. Whether it be constant stress, whether your ego is whipped, whether it be constantly hearing how bad you are, whether it be a response to trauma. At the end of the day, you're still going to have to love them through it. Sometimes from a distance, but you still got to love them through it. even when you don't want to. When you're yelling at the top of your lungs, wishing it will sink in. When you are crying about the emotional toll it's taking on you. Whether this be any version of addiction, any version of, actually, it's all addiction. All of it is addiction, whether it be food, whether it be criminality, whether it be drugs, alcohol, illness. It is all addiction. Yes, you can be addicted to illness because you like being cared for. You like being looked after. All of that. At the end of the day, you can only love them through it. And I hope that my love for you shines through this camera and gets you to see just how important you are. Every last one of you out there. You are the hero in somebody's story. You are also the villain in somebody else's story. Whether you want to live out of spite or whether you want to live to inspire, somebody needs you to be in their lives. Guys, that's my time. I appreciate you. If you have made it this far into the video, go ahead and give me a like. Go ahead and click the subscribe button so that way you can get every bit of information that I put out. Click the all notifications bell when you do subscribe, so that way every time I click this button to get on the air, you will see me post with. So don't forget to like, subscribe, share, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and on TikTok. Have a nice day. Be the best you. Class is Stoutt.